If you want to improve as fast as possible, then this video is for you. I will be going to talk about and showing you guys the 10 tips that will let you guys improve at a quick pace. So the first things you guys need to do is play the game as much as possible. If you have only like 2 hours a day that you can play, then you cannot waste it at all. You cannot watch YouTube or do anything else, just play the game. But if you don't have a limit on your playing time, then I will suggest playing at least like 5 hours a day and even more. Now you may be asking that what the hell do I do in the game for 5 hours? But not to worry, I will talk about it now in my next 5 tips. So the second tip is that you should have a warm-up routine that you do every single day. The warm-up routine should consist of aim training, frame building and piece controlling bots. I also suggest doing the warm-up on a map where there is spots that will make you take damage when you do a bad pick. A good map for it is Raiders Mechanics V5. I use that map every day for warming up, so yeah. The warm-up also should be at least like 1 hour long if you don't have a playing limit. But like I said before, if you can only play like 2 hours a day, then the warm-up can be about like 30 minutes long. So the third tip is to find yourself friends that are much better than you are. This will make you want to grind more and get better than them, and also they can see your mistakes and give you some tips on how to fix them. The fourth tip is to play tokens against good players or just 1v1s against your friends who are much better than you. Also, when you're 1v1ing them, record it so you can see why you died in some scenarios, and you can also learn their playstyles by looking at the recording. And trust me, if you do this, you will become a better fighter in no time. The fifth tip is to play ranked for at least 1 hour a day. But don't just go into a game and camp it out until there's nobody left. You need to WK everybody if you want to improve, and even when you are low and have like 200 mats, you should still WK, not trying to find a refresh. Because I'm sure that you guys have also been scuffed in tournaments with no mats and no HP, so if you end up getting keyed, you usually panic and lose the fight. But if you practice WKing in ranked with low mats and low HP, you will not panic anymore because you will be used to it. The sixth tip to improve at Fortnite is to play scrims for 2 hours a day. For the first hour I will play scrims like a tournament, so like I just play the game out until I don't have any mats and then try to find a refresh and then try to win. But in the second hour I will start WKing right when I can. It will be extremely laggy, like in a high elo tournaments. So if you key the keys when the 5th zone appears, you will get used to the lag and it will be much easier for you to stay alive in the laggy lobbies in tournaments. And now, if you can't play scrims for some reason, I would suggest playing a creative map called Cup Endgame. If that lobby is full, it's also very laggy and will help you improve in endgames. Okay, so now I am going to start talking about the tips that will make your tournament placements a lot better. The first tip to get better placements is to go and watch your last Solo Cash Cups match history and watch at what placements you got. For example, I always died in mid game and too early in end games, so I am focusing on improving that by playing more scrims than I usually do and playing more tokens than I usually do. If you die too much at the beginning of the game, you should either find a new drop spot or practice landing at the drop spot in ranked. The next tip is to always blame yourself for dying. You cannot make excuses when you die and expect to improve. Always after the tournament ends, go water your games and see why you died and what could you have done better. and then in time you will start making better decisions while playing the tournament. If you want to place good in the tournament, you should also have a drop spot where you land and a loot route on how to loot it. You should also think where you will rotate after looting your drop spot. This will make it so you will not die in the start of the game or in the mid game. And the last tip I can give you guys is that you should always have goals that you can actually achieve. For example, you can't expect to start playing competitive with 0 PR and then qualifying to the solo cash cup finals. That's just not happening. Make yourself a more realistic goal, like getting 50 or 100 PR in the season and a top 10k placement in the solo cash cup. And after that, start making more goals that are even harder to achieve. But anyways, this is the end of the video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments section and I will definitely answer them. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one.